Teacup Fairy Gardens.
Hi, it's Sharon from Sherry's Fairies, and it's Fairy Garden Thursday. And this collaboration is hosted by Grandma Sandy. And if you want to put up a video about fairy gardens, tiny, small, large, whatever, you're more than welcome to join this collaboration. And in this video, I'm going to do some teacups. And we're also going to continue reading from the Flower Fairy book. And we're doing the alphabet. And it's the last 3 letters of the alphabet we're going to read about today. So we're on X and Y, the song of the yellow dead nettle fairy. You saucy X, you love to vex your next door neighbor Y, and just because no flower is yours, you tease him on the sly. Straight, yellow, tall, of nettles all, the handsomest is his. He thinks no ill, and wonders still what all your mischief is. You have a care, bad imp beware, he uprises hand and arm. Though stingless, he comes leaping, see, to save his flowers from harm. And we have, and now we have the letter Z. The song of the zinnia fairy. Z for zinnias, pink or red. See them in the flower bed. Copper orange, all aglow, making such a stately show. I, their fairy, say goodbye, for the last of all am I. Now the alphabet is said, all the way from A to Z. And she's a pretty fairy.
This is our first little teacup we're going to do. I glued the teacup to the saucer and I started gluing a bunch of those pretty pink flowers onto the teacup because the teacup has pink flowers. And as you can see, I glued some pink flowers all along the top of the teacup too. And now I'm filling it with moss, getting it ready for the yard. And I put a little bird bath right there in the cup. And I think it looks pretty cute. And that bird bath came from the Dollar Tree. They're very cute bird baths. Well, I found this little log because I need a log for my fairy to lean against in the teacup. And I got it glued in there. And my little fairy has a leg up, so she needs to lean against that log. And now I'm gluing the little fairy in there because that log worked perfectly. And she's nice and sturdy in there, and she's not going to fall out. And you can see that she fits in there just perfectly. And now I'm showing you all around the cup. I think it looks darn pretty. And I think we're just going to add a little bit more stuff to it. Well, I found this cute little bunny and I'm going to add it to the teacup. I think it just adds a little bit more. So I'm moving the moss out of the way so I can glue it right down to the teacup so it's in there nice and strong. Now I'm just putting a little bit more moss around to finish up the teacup and just to make it look nice and tidy. And I'm sticking a few more of those pretty pink lilac flowers in beside the handle of the teacup. And I think that finishes it off very nice. here's our first little teacup fairy all done. Our second little teacup, I laid it on its side and glued it to the saucer as well. And I'm going to make the little teacup look like a house. So I decided I'm taking this styrofoam ball, cutting off a piece of it, and I'm just going to glue it inside the teacup. Okay. So the styrofoam fits pretty good. So now we're just going to put some glue on that, and we're going to stick it right inside that teacup and glue it in there good so that it doesn't move. And it gives us a good form to make a little door and stuff for a fairy garden house. So that works good. So now I decided I'm going to cover it with burlap. So I drew a circle on the burlap and we're going to cut it out. We got the burlap all cut out nice, and now we're going to glue it into the cup to cover up the styrofoam.
Gluing the stick.
So I'm putting the glue all over the burlap on the back of it,
Okay.
up close to the edges, so that it'll glue in the cup nicely. And I get my finger protector because that glue is going to come through that burlap, and we're going to get that stuck in there really good. Okay, the burlap's stuck in there really nice, and I think it's going to make a cute little fairy house. So now I'm taking a branch that has little yellow flowers on it. It's like a vine. And I'm just going to put this all around the door, and it's going to look really pretty. So we got it on one side, and now we're putting it on the other side. And I think that frames our little house very nicely. And now I'm taking some of my sticks and I'm going to make a door. And I think it'll show up quite nicely when it's done. I cut 2 sticks the same size, put one on either side, and then I'm going to put a stick across the top and make a door. And there's our little door. And now I'm trying to figure out a window. And I found this little round piece of wood, and I think it'll look cute. Decided that that little circle would work just great for a little window off to the side, and I decided I should paint it a really nice brown so it matches the door. So that's what I did. Got it all painted. Okay, the window's all painted and we got it glued up above the door just to the corner of it. And now I'm getting out my buttons and I'm going to put a little yellow button right in that window so it makes it look like stained glass and a little bit of light shining through. Now I'm picking out buttons that I'm going to make a walkway with. And I thought these brown and beige buttons would work really well as stones. Well, we put some moss down, and now we're going to start gluing the buttons. And we've got them glued down, and I think they make an adorable little path. So let's see what else we're going to get up to. Here I'm trying buttons to see which button I think would make a great little window for our door. And I'm just trying different ones. And I decided on the one that was clear because it just looks like glass in a window. I thought that was kind of fun, so we're going to stick that on there. And now we're going to put some more moss around and just build the yard up and see what happens. Well, we finished the little hedge and we found a couple of little fairies, a mama and a little girl. And they're just standing outside their house. Looks like they're waving at their neighbors. And I think this is kind of cute. So now I'm thinking of adding a few little flowers. Didn't like the sunflower, so I decided that I would have a taller bush of yellow flowers on the other side of the house, and that just kind of evens it all out, and I think it looks pretty cute. And there we have our second little fairy garden in a teacup. And this time it's done in yellow, and it's a little house. And the mom and the daughter are out there. And they look like they're waving at their neighbors. And this is our teacup, just showing you all around. And I think that makes a very sweet fairy garden. So here's our two little fairy gardens. I think they turned out rather sweet, and I'm enjoying them.
Well, I'd like to thank you all for watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed hearing the stories of the alphabet, flower fairies, and the making of the teacup fairies. I think they're kind of spring looking. So thanks again, Grandma Sandy. And don't forget to watch all the other fairy ladies who make their gardens in Thursday's Fairy Garden videos. See you later. Bye.